Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and welcome to the English News Binh Phuoc radio, television stations and newspaper. Following are the headlines for today. University delegation pay working visit to Binh Phuoc province. Dong Soi women build clean and beautiful residential area. Budok district remove bottlenecks in the disbursements of public investment capital. The U.S. Senate delegation pays a working visit to Vietnam. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính makes working trip to Điện Biên province. Vietnam's economy is expected to revive. And now other detail. A delegation from the National University Ho Chi Minh City has met with leaders from Binh Phuoc province regarding a pre-feasibility study for the establishment of a university campus in the province.
The building of the campus aims to expand opportunities for people in Binh Phuoc and neighboring provinces to study at the university level or higher, which would improve the qualities of local human resources and contribute to socio-economic development in Binh Phuoc in particular and the Southeast regions and Vietnam in general. The necessary conditions to establish a campus includes having an appropriate project to do so, securing written approval from the province, and possessing a land areas of 0.2 hectares with an average of at least 25 square meters per student. The universities must also ensure funding, enrollment scale, and staffing. The working group proposed enrollment plans, personnel plans, and financial plans for establishing the campus. Secretaries of the Binh Phuoc Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Mạnh Cường emphasized the companionship and cooperation between Binh Phuoc and the National University. Ho Chi Minh City expresses the determination of the two sides. Binh Phuoc agencies will actively coordinate with the university to complete specific content in the project.
The women unions of Dong Soi City has conducted numerous practical activities over recent time in implementing the building clean and beautiful residential area movement in communes and wards.
The Golden Flower Road has been planted and cared for by the Tân Dong One neighborhood and the Tân Thiên Quận Women's Association. To keep the flower road clean and beautiful, local women regularly pruned and care for the trees on Saturdays and Sundays. The women's unions of the world is also working with other agencies to build a civilized street where cashless payment is encouraged in the administrative center. It is also responsible for maintaining environmental hygiene along the road and mobilizing local households to conduct business without encroaching on footpaths to create a beautiful urban landscape. The women's unions of Dong Soi cities will continue to promote the movement, focusing on organizing activities such as No Waste Day, and will build more flower roads and safe, green, clean and beautiful spaces in residential areas, driving transformation in awareness and a sense of responsibility among women's members on environmental sanitation to contribute to improving quality of life.
Reasons for the tardy disbursement of public investment capital in Binh Phuoc province included limitations in site clearance and problems with implementing procedure and project preparation. Removing such bottlenecks could be an effective measure to disburse more public investment capital.
Over the past 4 years, Budok district in Binh Phuoc province has led in the disbursements of public investment capital. The district focuses on effectively implementing site clearance when conducting projects. Earlier this year, the People's Committee of Binh Phuoc Province issued a plan to launch an emulation movement called Speeding Up the Disbursements of Public Investment Capital in the Province in 2023. Accordingly, the Provincial People's Committee proposed solutions and tasks for departments, branches, agencies, units, and localities to undertake. Total capital allocated in the first quarter was more than 5.7 trillion Vietnam dong, of which the province disbursed over 781 billion Vietnam dong, or 10.5% of the targets assigned by the government and 13.6% of the plan assigned by the province.
Ladies and gentlemen, our delegations of the U.S. Congress led by Senator Jeff Merkley in Hanoi on April the 8th, and following are the main activity of his trip.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh received a delegation of the U.S. Congress led by Senator Jeff Merkley in Hanoi on April the 8th. He said Vietnam always considers the U.S. as one of the most important partners in its foreign policy. The Vietnamese government leader said the delegation's working visit to Vietnam helps tighten cooperation between the legislative bodies and the governments of the two countries. Senator Merkley affirmed that the U.S. Congress considers Vietnam as one of the most important partners in the region. He pledged to continue supporting Vietnam in areas of mutual benefit, and wished the two sides to upgrade their relations to a strategic partnership. The U.S. Congress delegates said that priority will be given to addressing war consequences such as supporting people affected by war, searching for missing soldiers, combating climate change, and promoting cooperation in investment, trade, energy transmission.
Vietnam always considers the U.S. one of the top important partners, National Assembly Chairman Vuong Dinh Huoc told the delegation of members of the U.S. Congress led by Senator Jeff Merkley during a reception the same day. The U.S. Congress members hailed bilateral cooperation programs and activities over the past years, especially in dealing with war aftermath, supporting people made disabled by war, and Agent Orange dioxin remediation. They expressed wish to continue building a deeper and stronger relationship between the two peoples. Speaking highly of Vietnam's commitments at the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference of Parties, the guests said the U.S. wants to cooperate with Vietnam via specific actions, including in clean energy transition. Both sides underlined the importance of building legal frameworks and suitable mechanisms to deliver on commitments at the -26 Colombian pesos.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh is making a walking trip to the northern mountainous province of Dien Bien, during which he inspected the progress of a project to expand the Dien Bien Airport, a new urban area, and the supply of medicines and medical supply at the Provincial General Hospital on April the 8th.
During his working visit to Dien Bien Province on April 8th, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh inspected the implementation of the Dien Bien Airport expansion project. Once expanded, the airport is expected to handle modern aircraft such as A320 and A321 and would be capable of welcoming 1 million passengers a year. The project has a total investment of more than $59 million. The construction started in January 2022 and is expected to be completed in December 2023. The Prime Minister requested greater efforts to speed up the progress of construction, striving to complete the project 1 month ahead of the schedule. He also asked for ensuring the quality, labor safety, and resettlement for displaced people. Visiting the planning area for the new residential area, the Prime Minister asked Dien Bien Province to focus on traffic link to open up a new development space. The same day, he monitored medical supplies at the General Hospital of Dien Bien Province. He asked for further repairing infrastructure, paying more attention to environmental sanitation, and bettering medical examination and treatment.
Vietnam's economic picture at the end of the first quarter clearly reflects the difficulty of the country is facing, with GDP growth of just 3.32%, very low for the last decades. However, data show that the economy may recover in the second or third quarter.
Difficulties in many export markets are forcing this enterprise to seek measures to maintain orders. Changing its way of doing things is expected to help it overcome the difficulties and make breakthroughs this year. Data shows that declines in production in a number of key industries pushed down the added value of industry as a whole in the first quarter by 0.82% over the same period of last year. However, the forecast for the second quarter is more positive, with only 33% of enterprises believing it will be more difficult. Export turnover in the first quarter was estimated at just over $79 billion, down 12% over the same period last year. However, There are many signs that inflation is gradually cooling down in many major economies, with expectations of a recovery in consumer demand helping recover exports in the near future.
And that's all for today on Bình Phuoc Radio, television station and newspaper news. Once again, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.